Good afternoon. This is Asafu, aka the Codified Soldier, and today I will attempt to present constructive information on how to speak and or act in a manner that serves the replacement of the system of racism, white supremacy, with a system of justice. Justice meaning guaranteeing no person is mistreated and guaranteeing that the person who needs help the most gets the most help. All ideas presented in this recording are taken from the work entitled The United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept, a textbook/workbook for thought, speech, and or action for victims of racism, white supremacy. So-called homosexual activity is incorrect. Do not engage in so-called homosexual, anti-sexual acts, and do not in any way encourage others to do so. Do not speak and or act as if such acts should be regarded as trivial, comical, or harmless. Reasons, explanations. So-called homosexuality is anti-sexual. Anti-sexual intercourse is incorrect. To attempt to engage in what is oftentimes called lovemaking by using the sex organs to penetrate the bodies of persons of the same sex is incorrect. Such acts are incorrect in the same way that using the sex organs of a person to penetrate the body of a cat, dog, or deer is incorrect. Such acts are incorrect in the same way that using the sex organs of a person to penetrate the body of the sister, brother, or mother of that person is incorrect. Such acts are incorrect in the same way that using the sex organs of a person to penetrate the body of a deceased person is incorrect. Anti-sexual intercourse is not an expression of love. This so-called homosexual act is none other than an expression of acute insanity resulting from some form of acute imbalance of the mind and or body. In racial matters, it is the white supremacist racists who are the greatest promoters of anti-sexual intercourse among non-white people. They promote this behavior by direct participation as well as by direct and indirect example or influence. Many non-white males function as so-called homosexuals, anti-sexuals, in an attempt to compensate for their fear of the racist man and racist woman. Many non-white males fear having to pretend manhood when confronted with the possibility of opposing racist man or racist woman for some reason or another. They sense a danger in even acting like men when in the presence of white men or white women who may be racist. They therefore choose to escape the test of manhood in its popular socio-material sense and instead present themselves before white people as mannish boys or as imitation females. These non-white males believe that by appearing before the awesome white nation as females, the white supremacists will consider them to be more of an amusement than a potential threat. In a socio-material system dominated by white supremacists, the supreme and only functional test of so-called manhood for a non-white male is the manner in which the non-white male conducts himself in his relationships to the white supremacist man, racist man. By speaking and or acting as entertainers or as some form of sexually weak or sexually confused servant, many non-white males seek to make themselves exempt from the direct hostility of racist man. Many other non-white males attempt to avoid this hostility by pretending to be female. By pretending to be female, they then proceed to act as if their reason for existence is to participate in a series of trivial fads, fashion, fun, and girly games, and that there is no need to be concerned about questions of non-white manhood as it relates to white supremacy and the promotion of justice or injustice. When speaking against homosexual or anti-sexual activity, it is always important to focus solely on the activity and not the person engaging in the activity, although it takes people to practice an activity. This approach attempts to minimize the conflict by preventing any misunderstanding on what is being said. Again, when speaking against homosexual or anti-sexual activity, always focus on the action of anti-sexual activity being incorrect, and avoid calling the person engaging in anti-sexual activity incorrect. This minimizes the conflict by preventing what is often deemed as name-calling, and also prevents any misunderstanding on what is being said. Promote justice. Don't support anti-sexual activity. This is Asafu, aka the Codified Soldier, and I thank you for listening.